We covered the first half, now we're looking at the second half of 2015 with the top 25 upcoming games of this year. We got a lot of games to talk about, so let's start off with number 25. Active Aggression is an RTS on Steam that we're really looking forward to. It's near future warfare with laser tanks. It has everything you look for in an RTS, including upgrading units, specializations, skills to unlock, a campaign to defeat, and online PvP battles. It just looks like a really great package and we're looking forward to it. At number 24, we have Sword Coast Legends. It's a complex top-down RPG set in the Forgotten Realms in the style of Dungeons & Dragons. There's a single-player campaign with 5 playable races and 6 different character classes. Damn good, but the coolest part is that there's Dungeon Master Mode. Dungeon Master Mode lets you create your own adventures to share with your friends and share online. You can even watch your friends as they go through your dungeon. It looks like a pretty sweet feature. At number 23, we have Chibi Robo, Ziplash. Yes, it's the return of Chibi Robo, a beloved, lesser-known Nintendo character. This time, it's a side-scrolling action-adventure game. You gotta play as Chibi Robo and swing around his little plug to kill enemies and platform and do all that kind of fun stuff. If you've been looking for a solid 3DS platformer with a bit of charm, Chibi Robo is coming out this fall, and it looks awesome. At number 22, we have Yokai Watch, a JRPG for the 3DS. It's a quest-based adventure game with towns and dungeons, and a lovable cast of characters that have actually even inspired a manga. It's been a huge hit in Japan, so we're looking forward to finally getting our hands on it in North America. At number 21, we have LEGO Dimensions. Yes, LEGO is entering the world of Skylanders and Disney Infinity, with physical toys coming to life in games. LEGO's twist on it seems really inventive. The game gives you instructions to build little LEGO pieces that you can put in the game. And various puzzles in the game actually incorporate you moving around your LEGO characters and vehicles across the board. Not only that, but the amount of licensed characters are insane. You could have Batman and Gandalf stand in the same room. They just announced every Doctor from Doctor Who will be in the game, along with Scooby-Doo, The Simpsons, and even Portal. How did they get Portal? It just looks like a unique experience that really steps it up from Skylanders and Disney Infinity, and I got my hands on it at E3 and I was very surprised. It's a good bit of fun. Look for it this fall. At number 20, we have the upcoming reboot of the Need for Speed series, titled simply Need for Speed. Unfortunately, it sounds like this game is going to be always online, but other than that, the gameplay looks absolutely sweet. It looks like a return to form to Need for Speed Underground, and almost a spiritual Underground 3. There's tons of racing, drifting, and car customization looks absolutely insane and deep. It's a good thing the annual Need for Speed series finally took a year off, because this game is looking to be great. I'm gonna be getting this one day one. At number 19, we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Yes, there are some people out there like me who are still fans of Assassin's Creed and haven't gotten sick of the franchise yet. That being said, Unity was a little bit of a letdown for most people, so I'm hoping Assassin's Creed Syndicate can spin things around. This time around, you're in the 19th century with London gangs, and it looks like a lot of fun. There's a bigger emphasis on guns and jumping around on carriages. It looks like Grand Theft Auto, except instead of stealing cars, you're stealing horse and buggies. Also, top hats. There's a playable brother and sister dynamic that seems very interesting, and I'm curious to see where the story's gonna go, considering the game is getting so close to the present. Of course, like every Assassin's Creed, we'll be playing this one in the fall. At number 18, we have Might and Magic Heroes 7. It's a turn-based strategy game in the Heroes of Might and Magic series. Players move their heroes around the map and collect resources and artifacts and loot to get stronger and level up and battle monsters in turn-based gameplay. You get to expand your territory and capture enemy towns and build a bigger army. These games are cool because you have to beat them by conquering the entire map. It's being published by Ubisoft and it looks really gorgeous with a cool art style and creature designs. At number 17, we have Xenoblade Chronicles X. Xenoblade Chronicles X is releasing for the Wii U, and it's been hyped for such a long time. I don't know if you guys ever played the original Xenoblade Chronicles on Wii, but it was totally awesome. Xenoblade Chronicles X is an action role-playing game that's been in the works for a long time, and you get to battle on foot and on cool mechs. The game looks absolutely incredible and gorgeous for a Wii U game, and it has been in the works since 2013, so we've been waiting a while for this one. Thankfully, we're finally gonna get our hands on it at the end of 2015. At number 16, we have Skylanders Superchargers. Yeah, Skylanders might not be your thing, but if you got a kid, he's really hyped about this game. It's basically more Skylanders except kart racing. Everybody loves a good kart racing game, and this'll probably be pretty good. Activision has been knocking it out of the park with Skylanders. Not to mention the fact that you can use Nintendo figures in Skylanders now, which is absolutely crazy. At number 15, we have Soma, a science fiction survival horror game developed by Frictional Games. Frictional Games, for those of you that don't know, are the guys who made the Amnesia series, which were incredibly scary. Soma looks to pull no punches as another first-person horror game, this time around in an underwater remote research facility. It does look very tense, scary, with an upped budget, and a little bit more involved than Amnesia, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The coolest part is that not only is it coming out for PC, but PlayStation 4 as well. We're gonna keep our eye on this one because everybody loves a good first-person horror game, and Frictional Games are the masters. At number 14, we have Forza Motorsport 6, releasing exclusively for Xbox One. This time around, it includes 26 tracks and 4 new locations around the world. This time around, they added realistic wet weather driving, with rain actually affecting your steering during the races. The highly successful Drivatar system is being improved, and the game features a bunch of different Ford cars. Since the Ford GT is on the cover, expect that to be heavily featured throughout the game, as well as F-150 Raptors and Mustangs. They showed it at E3, and it looks awesome. If you love Forza and you love real racing sims, this is definitely going to be the one to get if you got an Xbox. At number 13, we have Star Fox Zero, which we're very happy to say is actually coming out this year. Yes, Nintendo showed us some gameplay at E3, and it looks absolutely awesome with battles in space and on land. I got my hands on this one at E3, and it plays absolutely great. Like Star Fox 64, it's very simple, but it's a ton of fun, and it seems like there's going to be a lot of replayability. It's also quite challenging. The hype is real for this one, and we're really just excited and elated to include a Star Fox game on our list, because how often can we do that? At number 12, we got another Nintendo game on our list, Super Mario Maker. I don't know if you guys watched the Nintendo World Championships with the Super Mario Maker levels, but it was absolutely insane. This Mario Maker gives you incredible depth into what you can create. You can make immense challenges, crazy worlds, colorful levels, anything to your heart's content, in the classic style or in the 3D graphic style of the new Super Mario Bros. You get to use the Wii U gamepad to drag and drop and move stuff around and create a level really accurately. And it's punishing. You can make some really difficult shit and bring your friends through the gauntlet. You can basically make like a Mario Nightmare world, and it's totally worth it. At number 11, we have Rise of the Tomb Raider, which as of right now is only coming out for Xbox One. Of course, that's pretty much going to change in the future, but for now, it's a good Xbox One exclusive because Tomb Raider is awesome. Did you guys play the last Tomb Raider? It seems like more of that, but this time in a different setting. We have seen some gameplay involving ice climbing, and it looks great. It seems like there's a lot more emphasis on exploration and adventure this time around, and maybe less on just shooting random dirty dudes. It looks like this time around we're going to see a more mature Lara who's becoming a real Tomb Raider. She's a badass character, and the Tomb Raider reboots is kind of awesome. At number 10, we have Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. The Naruto games are awesome, and the Ninja Storm games are great, and this one looks better than ever. This time around, the gameplay seems even faster, and you can fight on walls, giving yourself a little bit of an advantage on the competitive battlefield. The game is going to have new boss battles, new playable characters, and approximately a 10-hour-long story mode. And it looks pretty awesome. Don't sleep on the Naruto games, even if you're not an anime fan, because they're really good. At number 9, we have Mad Max, the upcoming open-world adventure game that isn't based on Mad Max Fury Road. And that might make or break it, but honestly, it looks pretty good. You drive around an open world, fight enemies in Arkham-style combat, and find scrap to upgrade your car, which you can drive around and fight other cars. It seems to truly take the Mad Max source material seriously, even if the main character looks a little generic and exactly like Joel from The Last of Us. This is another one I got to play at E3, and it seems pretty fun. There's a big loot element, but it seems like there's a little bit of something missing that I can't put my finger on it. But the car combat is awesome. It actually feels a little bit like an open-world Rage combined with Burnout. And even if it isn't based on the new Mad Max Fury Road, that doesn't mean it doesn't take elements from it. This looks like a game that anybody will be able to enjoy. At number 8, we have the new Hitman game. This third-person stealth action game looks totally awesome, just like all the other Hitmans, but it looks like it's going back to basics a little bit, with level design and mission structure like Hitman Blood Money as opposed to Absolution. As in, you're dropped in a completely open sandbox environment, and how you kill your target is up to you with a wealth of different options. The levels are apparently 6 to 7 times larger than the biggest levels in Absolution, and that is so exciting. The game will be released digitally on PC and consoles in December, and it'll feature a bunch of missions. However, there aren't any season passes or DLC garbage or anything like that, and the game will be regularly updated with new missions and free updates, and that's really exciting. It seems like they're taking a different approach with how they're structuring this game, and I can't wait to see how it pans out. It definitely looks like a combination of a return to form and a new direction for the Hitman games, and as a big fan, I'm very curious to see how this is going to pan out. At number 7, we have Just Cause 3, the most insane game in the series yet. This time around, you get to explore and cause chaos on a fictional Mediterranean island, and you're tasked with taking down a dictator. And how do you do that? With a wingsuit, grappling hook, rocket launcher, and backflipping off of jets and throwing cars at people and shit. For those of you that didn't play the other Just Cause games, you gotta know that these are the most crazy, over-the-top, ridiculous action games you can ever think of. The game gives you a huge playground with cars, vehicles, weapons, explosions, and gadgets, and you basically get to do whatever you want to your heart's content and cause ultimate destruction. Also, this time around, the game gives you infinite C4, which you can place on anything and blow up anything. Can you tell the makers of Just Cause 3 aren't fucking around? That's why we're excited, and that's why it's on our list. At number 6, we have Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is continuing the Call of Duty thing by adding even more innovations this time around with traversal that looks a little bit like Titanfall. Of course, there's going to be a very cool action-packed single-player campaign, as well as a huge and fully fleshed-out multiplayer suite. But the most exciting thing is the recently announced Zombies mode, which looks absolutely ridiculous this time, and more crazy than ever, with a bunch of celebrities, a 1940s vibe, and magical gumballs that give you different abilities to kill zombies. Also, Jeff Goldblum is in it, so I'm sold. I like the Black Ops games a lot, and this Zombies mode really takes the cake for me. At number 5, we have Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Now, despite an alpha that seemed just okay, it looks like Rainbow Six Siege is really shaping up after its showing at E3. Things seem smaller and simpler this time around, with the game actually really revolving around sieges. You know, breach and clear, opening, clearing rooms, doing Rainbow Six stuff. And the multiplayer looks great and awesome, especially if you got a good team you're working with open communication. The environments are fully destructible and you can kill people through walls and shit. Yes, a shotgun blast through some drywall will cause realistic damage, and you get to bust in on hostage situations and defuse bombs and do all that fun stuff. All the Rainbow Six games are awesome, and we're happy this isn't Rainbow Six Patriots, and we can't wait to get our hands on it this October. At number 4, we have Halo 5 Guardians. This time around, the Halo story seems bigger than ever, with Team Master Chief versus Team Locke. With Spartan Locke hunting down Master Chief and his team, who are apparently deserters or traitors or something. Regardless, this seems like the biggest change to Halo yet, from story and gameplay, even more so than Halo 4. And that really shows in the multiplayer, but it certainly doesn't look bad. The beta was good, even though it's felt a little bit like Call of Duty. Ultimately, we're still excited because the game modes seem awesome, especially with a new emphasis on big team battles again. Also, the Breakout mode seems like a lot of fun with cool level designs. And also, Xbox One players really need some new Halo to wash the bad taste out of their mouth that the Master Chief Collection left. Sometimes I still have trouble getting into a match in that. At number 3, we have Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Yes, this long-awaited Metal Gear game is finally coming out, whether Hideo Kojima's name is on it or not. This is the biggest Metal Gear game yet, other than just the ambitious story, which we were all expecting. The gameplay is more huge and vast than ever. As Big Boss, you explore open sandbox world with allies, and complete all sorts of missions and side quests while building up your home mother base. Everything is customizable, from your look, to your emblem, to your jeep, to what your attack dog is wearing, to your weapons, and to your mother base, which you pack full of loot that you find on the battlefield. Most importantly though, I'm really excited to see the end of Big Boss's story and how he becomes the Big Boss that we all know and despise as a villain. Also, I'm really curious to see how the sons of Big Boss and Les Enfants Terribles work their way into the story and pave the way for Metal Gear Solid 1. I can't wait. As a Metal Gear fan, I'm so hyped. At number 2, we have Star Wars Battlefront. Star Wars fans have been foaming at the mouth for this game forever, especially when EA took over and announced it would be developed by DICE, the makers of Battlefield. We've seen some gameplay from Star Wars Battlefront, and it does look pretty great. Of course, hardcore fans do have some gripes with the game, but ultimately, it's a Star Wars game where you fight in battlefields, you can play as Darth Vader, or Stormtroopers, or Luke, and do whatever you want. You can fly a TIE fighter, you can pilot an AT-ST, or you can shoot a rocket launcher at a Stormtrooper's face. So I'm all about it. And at number 1, we have Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is our most anticipated game, and judging from the responses on our videos, it's your most anticipated game as well. Fallout 4 is going to be absolutely huge and ambitious, and it surprised everyone when they announced it's releasing this year. Not only can you explore the wastelands of Boston, Massachusetts, and craft and upgrade zillions of weapons and find loot and do all kinds of cool Fallout stuff, you can also customize and build your own shelters, which you can also defend from enemies. There is just so much to say about Fallout 4, but most of it has already been said, so we can just say, oh my god, I can't wait. I am literally counting the hours for this game, and I know you guys are too. We have some bonus games that we wanted to include on the list, but they just didn't make the cut, like Life is Strange Episode 4 and 5 in the future, the PS4 horror game Until Dawn, and a return to music games with Rock Band 4. This fall is going to be a very busy season, and we're looking forward to it. And most importantly, we want to know what you guys can't wait to play. Let's talk about it down in the comments. Let's argue about the graphics. I don't know if you guys have realized, but we've been putting out videos every day. So if you are new, you should subscribe. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.